Yo, your brother is in the building. Don't get it twisted. I'm in the building right now, live, about to do what y'all have come to know as Zolo Mansions, right? Zolo Mansions. What is Zolo Mansions? Zolo Mansions is when Zo gets up here and has the freedom to speak on things that are on his mind. Typically, you guys see me and what am I doing? I'm facilitating conversations. I'm allowing other people to speak and drop their knowledge and their information. And I manage the conversation. I manage the flow of things. You understand? But on Zolo Mansions, you get to hear me say what I need to say without interruption, right? Without people or without me having to moderate the conversation. It's Zolo Mansion time. You understand? And we about to get ill. Iller than ill. That's a LL Cool J. I know, I'm old. That's a LL Cool J reference. Please, when you come into the room, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Y'all come in here, hit the like button, show love, show love, show love, show love, show love. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Now, let me just jump right into the community empowerment segment. Y'all already know what it is that I do. I gotta promote these black-owned businesses. Can I promote ZMOS for a second? Can I tell you we sold out of the ZMOS? Thank you to each and every member of this 70,000 subscriber strong page. 70,000 subscribers. Thank you. All right? I appreciate each and every one of you. Now, let me tell you right now, you can still pre-order because we're re-upping on our orders. Our sea moss has Irish moss, bladder rat, burdock, and a bioprene black pepper combination. Please support the black-owned business. Why is this important? I created the ZMOS because we had a business that maybe people were struggling to really understand. And that business is called CMOSbusiness.com. And I saw, oh my God, I can go to CMOSbusiness.com and order CMOS in bulk. We got the direct connect from the Virgin Islands, and I could start my own micro business with it. I said, no. Oftentimes, people need to see it in action before they can conceptualize what you're talking about. So I talked to the team at CMOSbusiness.com. I said, create ZMOS. The Z is for Zo. Zo's CMOS. Zo's version of CMOS. Let's create a Zo-backed product using CMOSbusiness.com. CMOS has blown up because of the pandemic we're in, right? So everybody's getting CMOS. Everybody's getting CMOS. And then you have micro businesses that I've even poured into. There's a sister out of, I think she's in Pennsylvania. I think she's in Pittsburgh. She has a CMOS brand called Honeybush. I ordered from her through Instagram. I said, oh, so this is a business that's blowing up. Let me show my people how to do it. So I created ZMOS. You can get your bottle of ZMOS right now from CMOSbusiness.com, or you can start your own micro business selling CMOS. They sell it in bulk, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 100 pounds. However much CMOS you need, all you got to do is go to CMOSbusiness.com, call 1-800-298-8513. That's 1-800-298-8513. Support these black-owned businesses that I'm putting right in your face. Of course, I'm on this. Hey, my homeboy, Travis, I need some more. X-Wolf. We're not going to play the video today, but please go to xlabsups.com. X-Wolf is the black version of Nugenics. You've heard Nugenics. You saw Frank Thomas, ex-Auburn baseball player, ex-MLB baseball player, bigging up Nugenics. Well, this is the black-owned version. It's got Tonkat Ali. It's got Panex, ginseng. It's got a lot of powerful herbs in it. Go support it right now. Go to xlabsups.com. xlabsups.com. Support. Also, Total Package Energy. I've been on this Total Package Energy for 6 years. And y'all have kept this business alive and well. Total Package Energy. They've got Total Package Energy protein, pea protein, unflavored, unsweetened, gluten-free, soy-free, 20 grams of protein per serving. This is a pound. This is a 1 pound bag that you see on your screen. Go support Total Package Energy. Buy out all of their inventory. Buy them out. They got vitamin B12 shots. They got vitamin C shots. And of course, they got the legendary Total Package Energy shot. I'm on all this stuff. I'll be putting stuff out that I myself use. Now, let me just do this real quick. Shrouded Lighthouse. Okay? The Shrouded Lighthouse is my upcoming book. When I tell you this is my most significant work to date. And I'm seeing people, because I know I'm the dude other people listen to. Other people that are considered prominent. I know I'm the dude people listen to. And I'm starting to hear bits and pieces of what I talk about floating around. And that's okay. That's all right. But I'm telling you, this is the most significant work I have ever done. I need everybody to go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. We are 20 copies shy of 500. Somebody said, when are the books going to start shipping? And then someone responded, they should start shipping early July, which is the truth. Again, the editing process has been crazy. And typically, the editing process is the most important process when you're working on a book, because you want to make sure that your message is in that book. I have right now 4 people working on it right now. I got a sister out of North Carolina. She's in her 70s. I got a sister, beautiful sister, lovely sister, sweetheart sister in Atlanta who's also working on it. I got a sister in Oakland that's working on it. And then I have a sister in Nashville that's working on it. And like I said, it is amazing. When I get the chapters back and I start reading it, I go, oh man, this is going to be heavy. This is going to slap people upside their head. So very good book, very powerful book. It's coming. The moment I get the finished manuscript, I'm going to send it to the manufacturers. Well, before I do that, I got to format it. I got to make sure that the aesthetics is fly, the book cover is fly. But I need us to get over that 20 pre-order copy hump. TheShroudedLighthouse.com. If you haven't pre-ordered your copy now, go do it right now, right now, right now. Right now, right now. And also, I have 2 other books that are out. The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. It's on Amazon.com, available in 3 different formats. That's Kindle, that's paperback, as well as Audible. Go get The Relationship Dismount. Came out in 2015. That book is crazy, right? That's a workbook. I encourage all the people that I coach. I have personal coaching, and I encourage everybody that I coach to go get that book. It is a workbook, a textbook even. Very powerful work. Amazon.com exclusively. Also, the follow-up to The Relationship Dismount, that is The Holographic Relationship. Came out in 2019. I talked about relationship entanglement. Next thing you know, 2020, I hear Jada Pinkett talk about she was in an entanglement. Maybe she didn't mean to say it. But the Holographic Relationship book is crazy. The Kindle version is available on Amazon.com. But if you want a paperback version, you got to come to me. Go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com. IamZoWilliams.com. As you come in, hit the like button, share this video. Let's get the algorithm popping. Heru Ali just said he didn't get the YouTube notification. Please understand, 70,000 subscribers. I understand. That shadow ban is real. Why? Because we out here speaking the truth. Let me tell you something. Somebody just said something on my YouTube page. We did a show September 22nd, 2014, the ZoWhat Morning Show. Go on my YouTube page. It's on there. It's called Survival of the Fittest. A person by the name of Jet Li 28 minutes ago said, wow, it's crazy how these guys predicted events 6 years ago. Half of the things they're talking about happened in 2019 through 2021. Food shortages, gas shortages, extreme weather, and civil unrest. He said, amazing. This is why we being shadow banned. Listen, man, this is why we being shadow banned. Right? How you got 70,000 subscribers and people not getting their damn notifications. But I bet you if I was talking about some drama, I bet you if I put Kwame Brown, put his name in the description, you know, the algorithm would shift. Or I put somebody else's name in the description and maybe I clickbaited you and say, yo, I'm finna talk some shit about whoop, whap, whoop. Listen, man, we've been keeping it real and dropping real science for a long time. What you gonna do when they cancel me? Because we live in the cancel culture. What you can do right now is subscribe to my Patreon page. I've told you all. You want to go subscribe to my Patreon page now, because all of the controversial concepts and all of the controversial topics that we're going to be talking about, we're going to move that content to Patreon. Sign up now. We are uploading shows like these to Patreon. So go do it right now. Don't front. A lot of people front. A lot of people sign up for a day, sign up for a week. Oh, I just want to see this episode. Nah, man, sign up and support in a major way and stay there. All right? Stay with me, because I'm going to keep my foot on their neck. It's my job to do so. So support the Patreon page. Anybody that does it now, I will be shouting you out. And in a minute, you're going to see that I'm going to start inundating all my social media platforms with my latest masterclass. I'm going to be teaching you how to have a come to Jesus moment. Not come to Jesus, come to Jesus. So many people are so fearful to confront themselves, to confront their own darkness. They scared of themselves. You got to have a come to me moment. Not a come to Jesus moment. You got to have a come to me moment. There's an African proverb that states, man's greatest battles are the ones he fights from within. I'm finna teach that, right? On my next masterclass coming this September. Get ready for that. It's going to be 4 days. I'm going to have special guests. I'm going to have experts. We're going to be giving away t-shirts, right? I got the Come to Mises t-shirt that I'm going to give to people who register early, who do the pre-register, right? It's going to be a lot of powerful stuff, and it's going to come lockstep with, of course, the Shrouded Lighthouse book. Enough promotion. Let's get to today's topic. How to know when you're dealing/dating or married to an adult child. Ideal dating versus real relating. How to know when you're dating an adult child. I had to do this show because somebody sent me a snapshot of some sister by the name of Elena Journey. I don't know if this is on Twitter. I don't know if this is on Instagram. She said, the people that we meet, she has it in parentheses, the people that we meet are a reflection of us. Not so much. So you mean to tell me that after I spent years of intensive healing, I hired a therapist and changing myself, that when I meet someone opposite of my vibration, showing sneaky, shady, manipulative behavior, is because that shit is in me? That's my reflection? That's why I attracted them? Some people of a lower vibration sneak through the cracks because we lack discernment, not because those characteristics still live in us. Energy vampires see your light and want to drain you of your energy source. It's up to you to know where you are with yourself to be able to identify a dirty mirror from a leak in the crack. Everybody and everything isn't a reflection of you. Wrong. You just said it in your words. There's a crack. There's leaks. The crack and the leak allows this unhealed work to seep out and serve as a type of beacon. You went to therapy. You've been working on yourself. But see, this is where a lot of people, men and women, get in trouble. Y'all think that after paying the therapist, after doing the work, that you get to stop doing the work. The great Krishnamurti told us, education never ends. What education? All education, whether it be scholastic or whether it be spiritual. This education never stops. And if you were healed, your words would not be positioned in a blame shifting. Oh, you mean to tell me that after all this work I've done, I must be good? Are you resistant to the work you've done? See, I notice a lot of people can only do the work to the depth of their wound. See, you can do the work above the wound. Oh, I'm killing it. I'm doing the work above the wound. But when you reach down into the wound, that's when the pain happens. That's when the hurt happens. That's when the fear happens. That's when the anxiety happens. If you ain't delved into the wound completely. See, let me tell you something. Ancient medicine, they would just put maggots in the wound. Now, you might think that's nasty. They do that nowadays in modern medicine. They say, let the maggots eat out. People with diabetes, and they got all this dead flesh. They put some maggots on the dead flesh. The maggots clean out the entire wound. Don't do the work to the level to just above the wound. You got to go into the wound. This is why the great Rumi said, light enters the wound. Where there's a wound, the light enters the wound. So many people are doing superficial healing. Oh, wait, Zo, what are you talking about? A true apology is changed behavior. Now, if your ass is out here looking for a true apology, you have unrealistic expectations. Because most people are adult children. So if you dug your heels in anticipation of a true, authentic apology from an adult child, you the problem. I was coaching a married couple, and the wife was so disappointed at the lack of consideration in the husband. I said, but is that who he is? And did you marry who he is? Because if that's who he is, now you are dating an ideal, or you're married to an ideal. I would like him to be this. Then that means you haven't accepted him for who he is. And where there is non-acceptance of the external, there is some non-acceptance of the internal. I know. I know a lot of people don't like when I talk like this. Where there is contempt for the external, there is some contempt for the internal. Maybe your contempt for him is a projection of your contempt for yourself. Why? Because you can hold yourself in contempt by saying, damn, I made a mistake. I married the wrong person. How often do you negative talk your relationship internally? Your negative self-talk is the chief describer of your relationship when you're talking to yourself. How often is that happening? And if that's happening, you think that energy isn't projecting outward? Just because you don't speak it doesn't mean it's not felt. So oftentimes you find people are in relationships with their expectations. They're in relationship with their ideals. They're in relationship with what? The outcome of the relationship. Man, if he would just shift this way, or if she would shift that way, if she would do a little bit more of this, or if they'd do a little bit more of that, I would be happy. Happiness is an inside job. There's no way you could be happy on an external thing for long. Sure, you might get some instant gratification momentarily, like, oh, he did it finally, or she did it finally, I'm happy, until you're not happy no more, until you want some more. This is how you get manipulated. All I got to do is do what you want for a little while, then you get drawn back in. Well, he's doing better, or she's doing better. That means you're an addict. You're an addict based on what they do. You've never put yourself in an energetic, spiritual, mental, emotional, and psychological place to accept them as they are. You accept what they do, which is in alignment with what you want. Now, if they're not doing what you want, what do? Contempt. This ain't working. This ain't what I signed up for. I'm not here, like I said before, to bring you happiness. I'm here to help you overcome your sadness by reflecting it back to you. We've said this on numerous shows, right? I'm not your answers, but I damn sure am your questions. It was Carl Jung who said, knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people. But somebody told you relationships are for happiness. How many times you hear people say the most childish, idiotic relationships? It's supposed to flow. It ain't supposed to be hard. I feel like we're forcing it. No, you feel like you forcing it. You're forcing it. You want somebody to respond to you in a way that makes you feel good, while you continue to neglect what needs to be healed within your own spirit. You're forcing it. You neglect the work. You neglect the inner work. So now you become a demandaholic. I demand you treat me better. I demand you respect me. If you've got to demand it, you haven't actualized it within yourself. See, command is different than demand. Right? When it's self-actualized from the inside, emanating outward, you command the respect of other people. Because you truly and sincerely, before you even get to say you respect yourself, you truly and sincerely approve of yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, enjoy yourself, blemishes and all. But if you haven't reached that level yet, what you're going to be is a demandaholic. If you would just do this different, if you would just act like this, if you would just change a little bit, you know, I like it when it's like this. Let me tell you something about spirituality, right? All spirituality is designed to get you outside of the social mind. The social mind is restless. The social mind needs stimulation, right? The great Sai Baba of India called it the monkey mind. Always moving, always got to be doing something. What have you done for me lately? Right? Let me give you some work here. Let's define the Hinduism and Buddhist term samadhi, a state of intense concentration achieved through meditation. In Hindu yoga, this is regarded as the final stage at which union with the divine is reached before or at death. Samadhi. You reach union. What is union? Well, that's our word yoga. Yoga in Sanskrit means union. So in relationship, we have a word that's similar to the Hinduic and Buddhic term yoga, which is union. That word is communion. Everybody, when you talk to the basic relationship specialist, what's the number one key to having a successful relationship? What do they say? The shit is also just regular. What do they say? In order to have a good relationship, you need what? What is the what that they say? I'm looking in the chat room. I want to hear what y'all say. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Don't forget to get the Shrouded Lighthouse. The Shrouded Lighthouse is available right now. Pre-order theshroudedlighthouse.com. Theshroudedlighthouse.com. Get us past 20 this episode. What do they say is the key for a successful relationship? I'm waiting on y'all to type. I know y'all listening, but type. I need your feedback today. There it is. Candace, I am communication. Communication. They all say it's some basic, well, you got to have good communication. You got to have good communication. Communication is a deep-ass conversation. But how often do you hear motherfuckers say communion? To commune is to be one with your partner. That's a high level of spiritual consciousness. So the Hindu says yogi, yoga, union. But I'm telling you, in order to understand the spiritual power of relationship and in order to elevate your relationship to a higher level of functionality, you need communion. To commune. You don't hear people say that. You know why? Because we got it backwards. Everybody in relationships makes their partner their answer. You're the answer for my loneliness. You're the answer for my unhappiness. You're the answer for my, for my my negative relationship with my father. Huh? Y'all listening? Let me give you another word. Right? Let me give you another word. Come on, spell it right, Zo. Jesus. There it is. God damn. Here it is. I be fucking up. Nirvana, Buddhist, or it's Hindu and Buddhist. The reason why it's Hindu and Buddhist is because the founder of Buddhism, Siddhartha Gautama, was a Hindu who left Hinduism and started Buddhism. So they're both rooted in the Hindu language. Nirvana, the state of perfect happiness and peace. The state of perfect happiness and peace in Buddhism, where there is a release from all forms of suffering. A state of peace, of great happiness and peace. Do you understand? Be honest. What relationship in your life has brought you nirvana? Let's be honest. I'll wait. And I want you to go to your best relationship. Your best relationship, did it bring you nirvana? Oh, I'm sorry. The best one you've ever been in. Did it bring you nirvana? You might be in your best relationship right now. Has it brought you nirvana? Expectations should not be dated or married. You should not marry your expectations of another. You should not date your expectations of another. You hear a lot of goofy people out there talking about don't date potential. There's no way around dating potential. Why? Because everybody is a work in progress. You're not really dating potential. What you're dating is an outcome. This dude has the potential to be this. You're dating a process. You're not dating him or you're not dating her. You're dating them, waiting to see them actualize their purpose. So you can say, I was there, right? I had your back this whole time, right? You're attached to an outcome, as Alexis Mathis said. Alexis Mathis just said this in the chat room. You're attached to an outcome. That means you never really loved that person. You got people now saying love is a childish emotion. It is not. It is a high level of consciousness. You can't imagine how high of a level it is. It is a high level of consciousness that is so fucking enriching that you feel the life force in everything. You feel the life force of God. God and love can't be separated. This is why I say those are the two most bastardized words we have in the English language, because nobody understands them. Motherfuckers been conditioned, running around talking about God is a him, God is her. Source is everything. I was on a radio platform the other day. Girl said she was spiritual. And she was like, man, I love when my man is working. I had to rush home one day because he told me he was outside chopping wood, and I just love to see him work. And I was like, oh, that's a good thing. She was like, he was sweating and the masculinity was pouring off of him, and it was hot to me. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Great. And then she said, but that wasn't enough. And she left him. I think she left him. I'm not sure. But that wasn't enough. I said, see, this is where you're confused, young lady. Here's the thing. We're trapped between social game rules and the actual spiritual purpose of relationship. The spiritual purpose of relationship is a mirror. It is a highly reflective classroom where the biofeedback you get from your partner is your personal curriculum. The spiritual purpose of relationship is to show you through energetic, physical, emotional, psychological, and mental and biofeedbacks from your partner to show you what you need to work on, to show you what's wrong with you. That's the purpose of relationship. That is its ultimate purpose. Netflix, movies, fucking, making money, paying bills, having babies, icing on the top. The real purpose of you being in a relationship is to walk into that fucking relationship and say, what am I about to learn about me today? What am I about to discover about me today that I need to fix? Somebody said childish love is transactional. You're motherfucking right. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? What are you gonna do? You haven't done anything in a while. How do you know you're dating an adult child? Demands. Always demanding something. Please give me, give me, give me. Yes, I know you gave me something a little while ago, but give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. I'm demanding. I deserve this. Yeah, how can you tell me I don't deserve this? What? Hold on. Spiritual relationships tell you you deserve what you are. You deserve what you've worked on. Right? Internally. You deserve what you've overcome within yourself. The great Rumi said, people of the world don't look at themselves, so they blame one another. Come on now. Let me read it again. The people of the world don't look at themselves, so they blame one another. Yes, sister, you paid for therapy. Yes, sister, you've been working on yourself. But I guarantee you, if I sat down and had a conversation with you, I guarantee you, you've taken your hands off the wheel and looked at your partner's process. That's like taking your hands off the wheel while you're driving an 18-wheeler up a one-way lane side of a mountain. You better mind your road. They road ain't your business. Yes, you're in a relationship. A relationship is a shared experience. However, it's an experience that can't be shared by the individuals who share the experience. I can't tell you or show you exactly how I experience you, and nor can you do that for me. It's a shared experience between two individuals who can't completely share their experience of the shared experience. Somebody said, I swear, I'm 2 years in on my marriage, and she still can't understand why we're separate. Oh, God. You keep attracting broken people, that means there's still pieces of you that are broken that need to be fixed. In the relationship Dismount, I talk about a process called kintsukuroi or kintsugi. Kintsugi is the Japanese word, and kintsukuroi is the Chinese word. It means to bond, to meld with gold. I talk about this in the Shrouded Lighthouse book. You better get your copy of the Shrouded Lighthouse right now. Pre-order your copy right now. We only have 20 spaces for the autographed copy pre-order. Get it right now. TheShroudedLighthouse.com. Please get it right now. Everybody should get it. Can you get it right now? Let me tell you, kintsugi, it means golden joinery. I talked about this in 2015. Also known as kintsukuroi, golden repair. It is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery by mending the areas of breakage with lacquer dusted or mixed with powdered gold, silver, or platinum, a method similar to the Makai technique. As a philosophy, it treats breakage and repair as part of the history of an object rather than something to disguise. That is relationships. You disguise your breakage through your therapy sessions. I'm healed. I'm working. I fix myself. I deserve better. Why do I keep attracting fuck boys? Because there's a fuck girl in you somewhere still. Now watch this. This is directly out of the Shrouded Lighthouse. And out of the relationship Dismount. What is your lacquer made of? The lacquer you use as an adhesive to put your broken pieces back together. Is your lacquer resentment? Is your lacquer contempt? Is your lacquer insecurity? Is your lacquer fear? Is your lacquer partly made of ego? What is your lacquer made of? Now, if your lacquer is made of low vibrational, blame-based ideas, first off, it's not going to be a good adhesive. It's going to contaminate the gold, the silver, and the platinum you mix it with. That lacquer has to be, listen to what I'm about to say, unconditional forgiveness, unconditional love of self, unconditional forgiveness of self, unconditional acceptance of self, unconditional approval of self. Watch this. Unconditional claiming of your co-creation of a relationship situation that you co-created. That's how the lacquer is fucking put together with gold. And now this lacquer is stronger than super glue, stronger than Gorilla Glue. Now, when you use the right lacquer, the philosophy of kintsukuroi takes us to this understanding. You become more beautiful after having been broken. Brokenness isn't a thing that you got to be afraid of or scared of or ashamed of. Is your lacquer mixed with shame? Is your lacquer mixed with guilt? Do you understand that this is, please understand me when I say this, in kintsukuroi, the artwork is more beautiful because of the cracks. Because now it's golden veins that illuminate a piece of pottery. Look it up on YouTube. I want everybody to send me a picture of kintsukuroi. Just look it up on YouTube. Look it up on Google. Google it. Right? Google it. You'll see that now the pottery becomes artwork because the veins use lacquer and gold or silver or platinum, and now the veins run throughout every crack. It beautifies. The cracks beautify. This girl talking about somebody slipping through the cracks. That's because there's still a crack. You haven't sealed. How they slip through a crack if you're not aware of the crack? Maybe they're there to bring the crack to your attention. Listen, the universe is economic with its movements. Nothing is wasted. There are no accidents. I talked about this in a holographic relationship when I said fine-tuning or fine-tuned relationships. I got fine-tuning from scientists who talked about how the universe is fine-tuned, how we live in the Goldilocks section of the universe. In other words, there's no other place in the universe we could live in. How is everything here set up for us to live here if there wasn't an intelligent designer? So you mean the universe is fine-tuned, but your relationships aren't? Huh? The universe is fine-tuned, but your relationships are not. Just random niggas just showed up to fuck with you because you doing better. I'm about to pull up the definition so y'all can hear the actual definition. This is in the holographic relationship book. Right? And when I tell you, if the Big Bang happened faster, electrons wouldn't have evolved. If there are no electrons, there's no universe. If it was slower, shit would have been too heavy. Like, shit happened perfectly. The characterization of the universe as finely tuned suggests that the occurrence of life in the universe is very sensitive to the values of certain fundamental physical constants. Einstein called them the universal constants, and that the observed values are for some reason improbable. If the values of any of the certain free parameters in contemporary physical theories had differed only slightly from those observed, The evolution of the universe would have proceeded very differently, and life as it is understood may not have been possible. The universe is fine-tuned, but your relationship ain't. Let's just look at some of the symbiotic relationships in nature. Michael Jackson did a wonderful video called Earth Song, right? Did a powerful video. Everybody that's sending me cash apps, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping and praying that you guys will also join my Patreon. My Patreon is very important to me. I need everybody to sign up to the Patreon. If you haven't done it, do it now. You can Google Zoe Williams Patreon and sign up. It's important that I build my audience over there because we're going to be shifting all of this content over there. If you signed up and then unsigned up, I don't know what to tell you. Sign up again. Right? Google Zoe Williams Patreon. Sign up. It's important. Michael Jackson, Earth Song. There was this big to-do about this video because, you know, Michael Jackson does everything big, right? Right. But the message of the song was we're destroying the earth. Why? Because we have a symbiotic relationship with the earth. We have a mirror relationship with nature. When we trick off nature, we trick off our own lives. We are in a mirror relationship with nature. So if we're in a mirror relationship with nature, we live in a Goldilocks, fine-tuned universe. How is your relationship with somebody who snuck past your defenses not fine-tuned for a purpose? A tree breathes out oxygen, but breathes in carbon dioxide. We breathe in what the tree breathes out. It breathes in what we breathe out. It is a mirror relationship, but let me go back and read it. It just pissed me off because there are a lot of hurt people out here and they don't understand that doing the work is not the same as going to work. Let that marinate. In spirituality, doing the work is not the same as going to work. Let it marinate. In spirituality, doing the work is not the same as going to work. What do you mean, Zoe Williams? Doing the work is not the same as going to work. What do you mean, Zoe Williams? It's the same problem we have in relationships. Going to work means there is an anticipation of getting paid. There's a payoff. In relationships, they call the payoff an outcome, a desired outcome. You want a desired outcome, and you're mad because you ain't getting it. You're not getting it because you haven't really dug deep. I told you, you are going to, you'll dig to the surface of the wound. But when you need to go into the wound, you need to live in the wound. You need to go in the wound. You need to befriend the wound. You need to nurture the wound. You need not to judge the wound. Uh-oh. How many of you still judging your wounds? Right? Your whole life, you the victim. Somebody did something to you. When people do something to you, please remember they're also doing something for you. Because you have an opportunity to either let what was done to you in a negative sense mold you into a forever concretized victimhood mentality, or you can use what was done to you so you can now empower yourself to do something for you. It's a choice if you live. There's a sister in here, Miss Strella, that's alchemy. Well, alchemy is also in the Shrouded Lighthouse book. Alchemy is about changing, or the word isn't change, it's transmutation, turning lead into gold, turning trauma into spiritual petroleum to fuel you to your highest ascension. How many of you are attached to what happened to you? How many of you know being attached to what happened to you is part of why it continues to happen to you? I'm doing double dutch on that. That hurt. I bet. Who wants to do the real work? The real work hurts. So you mean to tell me that after all the years I spent on intensive healing, did you heal? Or did you heal conditionally? Because there's a certain thing as healing conditionally. I know, Zo, but what happened made me who I am today. That means you identify with what happened. This goes back to the great Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti says the etymological roots of the word experience means to go through a thing. But then he asked the question, can you go through a thing without the residue of what you've been through? How many of you still got the residue of what you've been through all over you? That's the holographic relationship book. How many of you got the residue of what you've been through all over you? For a man like me, it has been exceedingly frustrating to date people because I think like an alien. I think like a visitor. And when I don't conform to the pathways of your unhealed trauma, I look like I'm the problem to you. Do you know how many people I've dated who've never read my book completely? Do you know how many people I've dated who have read a portion of my book will take what I've said and try to argue with me on a baby level? You can't imagine how many times I've heard, I'm not on the radio. You talking to me like I'm one of the people who listen to you. I'd be like, whatever spaceship dropped me off, please pick me up right now, right outside the door, please. I'm going to walk out and I need my Uber spaceship to come pick me up. In my lifetime, I've desired to be with someone like me that can get me to reflect on me. But I had a girl who I was dating, her mother told me, she said, you can't belong to anybody. She told me this in my 20s. She said, you can't belong to anybody, sir. You're here on a universal plane. You're here for everybody. You're here to teach. You're here to help, to convey information. And she was one of the first people to ever tell me that. And through my mission, through my work, I've gone to talk with Lloyd Strayhorn, master numerologist and astrotheologist, him and Kaya. I've met with shamans. I've met with all types of folk that have corroborated that. And it has been a struggle, to say the least. I can't even be human around the people I date. I can't make a mistake. Because on one hand, oh, you're brilliant. Oh, you're intelligent. But on the other hand, don't work that shit on me. You are a manipulator. What? It has been a struggle. The great Rumi says, be a lamp, a lifeboat, a ladder. Help someone's soul heal. Walk out of your house like a shepherd. But you live in a society that is transactional in nature. So you can't help somebody heal without some type of payoff. Acknowledge the fact that I helped you. Acknowledge the fact that I guided you. Your ego gets in it, right? My ego has gotten in it sometimes. I'll be like, well, wait a minute, hold on. What in the fuck are you talking about? Her words resonate with me even today. Somebody said, I'm hearing you all the way from Miami. Are y'all really listening? It's not about tearing down men and women. It's not about blaming. The women are not responsible. Somebody was saying, I was on a show called No Man Mondays. Or they was basically, it was like a manosphere type of show. And it was like, bruh, you really giving it to the brothers today, and blah, blah, blah. Like I said, the sister on there said she was spiritual, but had all the social game rules popping in her conversation. Society has made you anxious. Society has made you transactional. And the anxiety of, am I going to eat? My Netflix was canceled because I couldn't pay the bill. The anxiety of brokenness, right? How you speak social game rules, but still are socially ignorant. You're only saying what you think applies to the part of the social game rules you think you've mastered. I said, sister, do you know the stats? Do you know the data points? You would throw away a good man because he can't provide right now? How many women have broken up with good men because they couldn't provide right now? And I don't blame women for that. I tell the brothers, we haven't built a society to offer them an alternative society. They're doing what they do. They're surviving. If you give a woman shit as mortar, she could still make a home out of it. She'll use that shit to build an environment. Women build environments. You bring them to your house, they'll be, oh, this is nice. Put this here, put that there. Oh, a little throw rug right here would go wonderful. They're builders. But just like the Kintsukuroi analogy, if you give them shit, they'll build with that. And it's not, sisters, it's not the brother's fault that he hasn't built a society. How you going to build a society and the society in which you live has marked you public enemy number one? Has marginalized you at every turn, has redlined you at every turn. How you going to build a society? Here's the secret. It's not impossible. What's the foundational building blocks to getting past that? You got to break up with their standards. You got to break up with the standards of white supremacy. You got to break up with the standards of white supremacy that authored what success is. You got to break up with the standards of white supremacy that authored what a healthy relationship is. America thinks it has a healthy relationship with black people and has enlisted black people to cape for this sick society. Here's another one. Keisha BG at Bratz 2120 or 2021 ATL. Keisha BG at Bratz 2021 ATL, replying to at Jiggy J2. If we're not married, it's my child. And I don't have to give my is capital. I don't have to give my child that I carried for 9 months the last name of a man who ain't my husband. He's just the father, and there's no long ties to him. Even if we're married, I don't need to give my kids my husband's last name. It's 2021. Social game rules being spoke of right now. We're living during the Tower of Babel. Right? Social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Tower of Babel. Anybody gets to say anything. And if you're at a low enough vibration or a high enough vibration, people will follow you. She said, she started her point with, if you're not my husband, that's my child. Then she ended her point with, even if you are my husband, I don't have to give him your last name. It's 2021. Who wants to date somebody like that? Who wants to marry somebody like that? Let alone who wants to give somebody like that children? You're impregnating an adversary. Clearly, her ideas are coming from social media. Society. Is this not, can I say this? Is this not what I was talking about earlier? Society is telling you what is successful. You're getting your relationship talking points from society. But society plays a powerful role on your spirit and its development, right? So at a certain level of consciousness, you got to get to a point to say, wait a minute, society is like fucking is like fluoride in toothpaste. Yes, it brushes my teeth. Yes, it pays my bills. Yes, it provides other benefits. Yes, it educates me. Yes, I was able to use the business infrastructure of society and create my own business. Yes, these are all good things. But then the cons are, I get these kind of thoughts about relationships. First off, is she the author of those thoughts? Or are those thoughts the outgrowth of the toxicity of the society in which we live? And if they're the outgrowth of that, you're not an original thinker. You didn't come up with that. This is the time we live in, and now the time we live in gave you a narrative to parrot. When was the last time you heard somebody say this? Real relationships don't have timetables. There is no certain time that something is supposed to happen. People that try to put a calendar date on things that are supposed to happen naturally within a relationship, i.e. having sex, falling in love, getting engaged, moving in together, end up hurt and disappointed because of their own unrealistic expectations. Now, do you blame your partner for your unrealistic expectations, or are your unrealistic expectations above reproach? How many times have you heard a motherfucker say, damn, the way I think ruined another one, ruined another relationship. Fuck! My limiting beliefs ended another relationship. How often do you hear a motherfucker say that? I told the so-called spiritual girl, do you know there's 100 million white families, or there are 80 million white households. They're worth $100 trillion. 20 million black households worth worth $6.5 trillion. Half, only 10 million, right, of the 20 million black families, households, are worth that 6.5 trillion. The other 10 are worth negative 200 billion. In 2016, 1 in every 5 black men were unemployed in 2016. Did you know that was happening to your black men? Did you know 53% of the black male population in Wisconsin is incarcerated? Did you know that? Why is that? How many times was Philando Castile in Minnesota fucking targeted by the police and arrested and pulled over? How many times was he pulled over? Jesus Christ, how many times was he pulled over? Did you know that was happening to black men? Well, he needs to be a provider. Did you know that black women make 62 cents on the dollar? But when you throw in the incarcerated, the black men that are incarcerated, wait a minute, the United States is 5% of the world's population, but make up 25% of the world's incarcerated. 50% of America's incarcerated are black men. If you throw in their wages, because they get paid by the penny, slave wages, it drops the overall black man's dollar amount down to 51, 52 cents on the dollar. So that means black women make more money than black men. But how many black women out there have made a small fortune on just going to dinner with a nigga? Because your beauty is a currency, and niggas are trained like street monkeys dancing on the corner to perform for you to get close to your cookie. You suppose, if you got all of these social talking points, how come you don't know about those? Would that mean your expectations are outdated? Would that mean your expectations are like something wrong with your expectations? Wouldn't that mean that? Unrealistic? Like what the? So you don't know this information. This information comes from the feds. This information comes, how do you not know this information, but yet got expectations for what this man's supposed to be? He's supposed to be a provider. You saw what they did to Rich Paul. Him and LeBron James and their Crush, I think it's called Crush Management, was under attack by the NCAA. Why? Because he was revolutionizing the agent game. So then they just said, well, NCAA, who's always been robbing kids. This is why those brothers at UCLA, the Bannon brothers, started this lawsuit against the NCAA because they were saying all this money y'all generating for March Madness and the TV contracts and the apparel and the clothes and all this shit, and all we get is tuition for school. And many kids, before they started giving out stipends because of that lawsuit from the Bannons, weren't even eating. But y'all got billion-dollar contracts. So they say, Rich Paul, you don't have a degree. So you can't talk to the kids on campus because now we're going to require all agents to have a degree. Well, how you know I didn't have a degree? You look up the stats, only 16% of African-American males have degrees. So that was a target hit on him to prevent him from blowing up. The same way they do to me on YouTube. Let's shadow ban him. Too much information, too much knowledge, liberating the minds of slaves. We can't have that. This is Zorpheus, Zeo in the Matrix. We got to shut this conversation down. Anybody else talking social game rule shit, let's keep them on. Wow, somebody just, hey, Black, thank you, brother, for that super chat. Our super chats have been hella low for months on end, and I understand it's COVID. I get it. It's COVID. It's been tough for everybody. But the twos and fews go a long way too. So if everybody in here right now could just drop a 5 spot on the super chat, I'd appreciate it, right? With the amount of people we have in here right now, that would be a significant move for us today. If everybody in here could just drop a 5 spot, if the super chat even worked, because I done saw people in here saying the super chat don't work. And don't forget, yes, we got 1 Shrouded Lighthouse pre-order. That means we're at 19 pre-orders. Can we get some pre-orders to the Shrouded Lighthouse? TheShroudedLighthouse.com. Pre-order your copy of the book. A lot of what I'm talking about right now is coming directly out of the book. Man. Look at this. I rented a house for 5 years with my girlfriend only to find out she is the owner. Somebody said, baby, I ain't mad at her. This milk ain't free. No romance without finance. 'Cause ain't nothing going on but the rent. Transactional society. Thank you all for the donations. L. Alexander, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for responding to the call to action. I would love everybody to respond to the call to action. Akiva Pettis, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for responding to the call to action. It's a call to action. Let's move, right? Somebody said that means his penis was trashed. Oh, don't do him like that. Relationships help you grow up. You can't grow up until you show up for yourself. And showing up for yourself is not an ego-based move. Showing up for yourself is not an egoic thing like, I need to look out for me, right? That's a lower level. Thank you, Carlton Coleman. That's a lower level, right? J. Lorenzo Allen, thank you. That's a lower level. A higher level is I need to stand up to me. I need to stand up to my darkness. I need to stand up to my bullshit. I need to stand up to the lies I tell myself. I need to stand up to my unhealed wounds. I need to stop, so many times, man, we treat them like the monster in the closet, right? The real G, what is that? The real G trip. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We treat them like the monster in the closet, right? And we don't want to confront them. No, we need to stand up to those wounds, right? And we need to coach those wounds up. Those wounds are the broken child that's in us. So many people don't want to do it because it hurts. Shit. That ain't the only thing that hurt. Imagine living with yourself like that. Unrealistic expectations for relationships people often have. You expect your partner to always plan a date. What if you're with somebody who doesn't do that? What if you're with somebody who genuinely doesn't give a fuck about what y'all do because they don't care? It's you that they care about. We can go to dinner. I don't care. You see the little basic shit motherfuckers put an emphasis on? Well, you never pick the place, and I always have to plan. Get your you're a spiritual toddler. Don't you realize it doesn't matter where we go or where we eat, so long as I'm with you? I just want to kick it with you. We can eat on the floor at your crib or at my crib. I don't care where we go, so long as it's us going. Unrealistic expectation. You expect your partner to always plan a date. I get tired of planning everything. And that's a point of contention to the point that you want to argue? Or you feel somehow unappreciated because I won't plan a date? You think I don't care about you because I won't plan the date? Who hurt you? Right? Who didn't approve of you? Who didn't acknowledge you? You have an acknowledgement issue. Who didn't do it in your formative years? And when are you going to cut that tie so you can stop carrying it into your present day relationships? You expect your partner to pay for basically everything. Well, in today's economic climate, all the bills got to be shared because the dollar has lost over 90% of its value, of its original value. This is why you see motherfuckers running around with billions. Do you understand? What would those billions be worth 30 years ago? Jeff Bezos is worth 200 billion. 200 billion would be worth like 8, 9, it'd be damn near $1 trillion 30, 40 years ago because the dollar was worth more. Back in the day, the more dollars in circulation led to higher inflation. Why? Because the more dollars in circulation lowered the value of the dollar. The fewer dollars in circulation raised the overall value of the dollar. Okay, cool. We got a whole bunch of billionaires and millionaires. Okay, cool. Just social ignorance, picking and choosing like you pick and choose Bible verses to make your little mundane, mediocre, repetitive life make sense to you. You expect your partner to spend all their free time with you. Wrong. space is healthy for a relationship. Do you understand? Space. You go over there and stay over there for a while. And let me think. And let me ponder. And let me enjoy the balance of my spirit when you're not around. Doesn't mean I don't want you around. Doesn't mean I wouldn't like to have you around. It just means when it's my energy, I get to center myself. I get to clarify certain thoughts if I'm an introspective person. If I'm afraid of the inside of me, I need to be up under you all the time. Are y'all listening? E-Core, can they hear that? Huh? If my life is mediocre and I'm afraid of the inside of me, the work I got to do internally, I'm clingy. I need to be around you all the time. I just want to be around you. And I'm not happy that I can't be around you. Then you're not happy at all. Because if I'm the water fountain of happiness in your life, something is off with you. You expect your partner to always apologize first. I told people about being right, fucking rightaholics. Huh? It's better to be in alignment than it is to be right. You can be right and damage your relationship and wound your relationship because you're in pursuit of being right at all cost, even if it's at the cost of your partner's feelings. Right? How many times you said, yeah, I know that hurt, but I was right about what I said. Now, I didn't mean to hurt you, but what I said was the truth, and I still believe what. How many times have you heard those type of apologies? I still believe what I said. That's not an apology. And how many people won't even get to that part of the conversation until the person they hurt apologizes first? You expect them to have no friends of the opposite sex or whatever sex they're attracted to. Here's my take on that. You can have as many friends as you want of the opposite sex, but you better have clear boundaries, healthy boundaries. If you and your ex do what me and you do, that's not a healthy boundary. If y'all do everything we do, in other words, if y'all go out today or go out with each other, go to dinner, go to movies, watch movies at your house, right? The boundaries aren't healthy. If y'all having conversations about intimate relationships, knowing that if this motherfucker had an opportunity to fuck you again, and you even look like you hinted toward giving him an opportunity, he would take it. That's inappropriate conversation for somebody you know would like to be with you. For somebody you know would take that opportunity. So having friends of the opposite sex isn't the problem. It's having blurred boundaries with friends of the opposite sex while you're engaging with somebody else. But you won't blame your half-hearted engagement. Your half-hearted engagement is predicated on what the fuck you trying to get from the person you say you really want to be with. But the moment it looks like you might not get, right, what you actually want from the person you claim you love and you claim you want to be with, you start blurring the boundaries with all of the satellite niggas who are waiting their turn to fuck with you anyway. See, because that could go two ways. You expect them to have no friends of the opposite sex. See, there's a thin line there. Because now, a motherfucker who just like that, hey, you can't have no other friends, male friends, that's an insecure nigga. He not even concerned about the blurred lines or whatever. Everything's a blurred line. But that's my cousin, nigga. Nigga cousins be fucking. That's an insecure nigga. That's somebody who got his own dark light issues that he got to work with. But out of integrity and respect, that shouldn't be something I have to demand. If you actually respect me or any other man, right, you shouldn't have to come to your woman and say, hey, man, you shouldn't have these blurred lines kind of. Unrealistic expectations. You expect that your family and your life takes precedence. Oh, shit. Mr. Supreme Cinema. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Hey, man, hold on. Spirit McCoy. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Who else? Hold on. Dwight Johnson. Thank you, brother. Rasta the boss. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Because for a while I was feeling like, man, maybe you should just hang it up. These niggas ain't fucking with you like they used to. Man, maybe you should just, maybe your information is dead. Fuck it. But y'all in the building tonight, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it wholeheartedly. Y'all still not fucking with the Shrouded Lighthouse. I need y'all to do that, and I need you to sign up to my Patreon page. Google Zoe Williams Patreon. Get on my Patreon right now. Get on my Patreon. All 300 of y'all should get on there right now. Right? All 300 of y'all should get on there right now. Google Zoe Williams Patreon. Sign up. Let's keep going. Right? The unrealistic expectations, right? Here they are. Friends and family, you expect your family and your life to take precedent. Not in a healthy relationship. Everybody, it's got to be kind of like all hands on deck. But in understanding that not everybody going to sign up for that. But having a partner, see, this is how you know you're dealing with an adult child. Say somebody doesn't sign up for it. If you have resentment because they didn't sign up for it, that's something you need to work on. It's okay when they don't sign up. It's cool to have both sides of the family lock in and be like, yo, we support this, we rock with this, but everybody is their own work in progress. So it's an unrealistic expectation to expect everybody to be on board for that, right? Especially if it's a blended family. The age of the kids matter. If the kids are of a certain age and they've already had mom and dad to a certain degree, they might not embrace a new person. And then they might. But you have to be open for whatever you get. It can't be a mandate. Wherever there are inflexible demands, there will be conflict in relationship. You understand? Here's a big one. You expect your partner to always take your side. Michael Lester, thank you. I can't see all of the super chats, but I'm thanking y'all so much. Thank you. I'm telling you right now, that master class is, when I bring in, I ain't gonna tell you who I'm bringing in, but when I bring in the heavy hitters, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be 4 days long. We're gonna have experts, we're gonna have giveaways. It's going to be crazy. The come to Jesus moment. You need a come to Jesus moment. Jesus told you that God is in you. And he quoted the Bible when he did it. People was trying to throw stones at him, John chapter 10. They was trying to throw stones at the brother. He said, wait a minute, I did all these miracles. I did all this work. Why do you throw stones at me? They said, we ain't throwing stones at you because of the miracles you've done. We throw stones at you because you claim you're God. What did Jesus say? Isn't it written in your law that I have said ye are gods? Christians, don't jump in here. That's God with a little g, only in English. That book was written in Aramaic Hebrew. There are no case letters in Hebrew. Ain't no G either. Well, yes, it is. Gemel. I think that's the G. But God isn't spelled with G. Oh, I see you, bruh. My brother Ecor, he got the Hebrew tat on his arm. Do you understand? You're God. So if you're God, you've got to have a come to Jesus moment. You got to sit your dark devil down. The dark devil in you is like a gift that you got to fight with blood, sweat, and tears to open. But once you open that darkness, it is the greatest gift you would have ever given yourself. But because Disney pimped you and Babyface pimped you, I'll pay your rent. I'll cook your dinner. I'll do all this shit soon as I get home from work. You started fucking believing false narratives about the true purpose of relationship. Relating is about relating to self. That is the greatest relationship you will ever be in, is the relationship you are in with yourself. That is the most fruitful relationship you will ever be in, is the relationship with yourself. And all the people you date and marry or whatever are the question to the answers that come from inside. There are no outside answers. Guru. Sanskrit word guru. It means heavy. One translation says the word means heavy. But then the other translation breaks the word into two different words. Gu and ru. G-U and R-U. Gu is dispeller. Ru is light. The dispeller of darkness. Guru. By being the question, I illuminate the answers in you. But I'm not responsible for your answers. They're in you. This is relationship. Oh, somebody want to get blocked. Somebody. I love it. You're just not on this level, fam. You're not on this level. And if you're not on this level, you got to go. If you're not on this level, you got to go. Rashida Richardson is on the level. What's up? John Johnson. You cape? Oh, he is capping. Let's get him up out of here. All right, John Johnson, salam alaikum. Go somewhere else where they talk that low-level monkey shit you into. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. Don't blame your woman, blame your mama. Blame your daddy. Huh? You want to blame the woman you with because she reflects the hurt you've been through. Or don't act like you ain't been through no hurt. Don't act like you ain't been through no indoctrination. You might not have been, watch this now. Your life might have been better. Your life in relationships might be a little bit better than your father. Right? But that doesn't mean he didn't indoctrinate you with his bullshit and his limited tools. Get your bitch asses out. This ain't for you. As the Kabbalion states, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, you came here. I didn't appear to you. Your bitch ass ain't ready. You're not ready for this. Pew, 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 pew. Get the fuck on. And go listen to somebody berate the mothers of the universe. Hey, to Tylo the Great, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me tell you something, man. I explained it the other day. Relationship is a battery. You got a positive side and a masculine. You got a masculine side and a feminine side. You got a positive side and a negative side. The negative side, before it was called negative, was called neutral. The negative side is the feminine side. In a battery, all the power generated from the battery is on the feminine side. All the masculine side does is direct it. Relationship is a battery that can manifest what you want. This is why the ancient Hindus created Tantra sex, because they used the act of sex to manifest other shit other than just babies. You can use mantra, tantric sex, and the mantras with it to manifest shit in your life. Businesses, wealth. Why? Because sex is an act of creation. That's how the battery works. It powers things. Mother, matter, materialize, manifest, all share the same root word, to manifest. And you came from a woman. Listen, that woman you came from might have been broken. And part of your Akashic destiny, my nigga, might be to heal that generational curse, as opposed to coming on a channel and looking for something you already think is true. I'm not here to co-sign your wounds, nigga. My mother was the most significant person in my life, but she wasn't the best mother. And I had to grow to that understanding. She did the best she could do. You know what my mother did? My mother did the best she could do with her toolbox. And the moment I got over that, the moment I said, damn, she did the best she could do with the toolbox she had. My mother gave up on me. And I still love her like no other. She gave up on me. She told me out of her own mouth, you was just so goddamn bad, man. I just, every time we getting calls from the motherfucking school, I just gave up. I just got tired. We were in abject poverty. She never knew how to drive, so she had to get on a bus. They called me, this nigga out here tripping. She got to get on a bus and come. You know how many times my mother was on the bus with me going to school in elementary because she had to get a ride on the bus with me. to go talk to the principal. The most significant thing my mother did for me was pray for me all the time. And I avoided prison. I avoided death. I avoided drugs. She wasn't the best mother, but she was the best mother I had. And I had to grow up into that understanding. It's a lot of men out here who are wounded from their mamas. Yes, that wound hurts. And there's some mamas out here doing some high-level fuck shit, and they not off the hook either. But there is a purpose for the fuck shit that was done to you. If you would have tuned in earlier, you would have heard me talk about the fine-tuned universe. There are no accidental fuck-ups. There are no accidental wounds. There are no accidental traumas. Some spiritualists would even say we suffer from spiritual amnesia. We chose our circumstance and situations before we incarnated here on earth. We chose our mothers and fathers. And we chose all of the bullshit that we were going to go through. And then once we got here, we forgot what we chose so we could go through with will and choose a path of healing. Motherfucker talking about a simp. Nigga, I'm the last nigga simping. I look too good. According to this racist, white supremacist society, I'm a cute motherfucker. And I didn't have to do 99% of the shit a lot of you niggas had to do because you was raised thinking you was ugly. I wasn't. I was getting pussy offered to me as a child. My big sister in Alton Park had to beat up one of her friends because she tried to rape me. Big ass Trish Ann. Hey, Trish Ann, I remember your big ass. I don't know if you're still alive, Trish Ann, but you did what you did. Motherfucker tried to get me into her house. You remember those quarter dispensers that used to be on the belt where you should just dispense the quarters? She had one of them because I guess she worked at a grocery store. And you know back then, there was penny candy, nigga. You in the dig? There was penny candy back then. You get a quarter, my nigga, you got 25 pieces of candy. So her big, ginormous ass lured me into her house and was dispensing the quarters as she was moving into her room. And my stupid ass is taking the quarters. And then I recognize I'm in this big bitch's room. And then she started taking off her clothes, got her big ass on her bed, and busted open spread eagle. And when I tell you, it was, what's that Brock's candy? You know, with the chocolate and the pink and then the white. That shit must don't look like a giant piece of Brock's candy, my nigga. That coconut candy. And let me tell you something, but I was a little ghetto kid. This is Alton Park Projects. I jumped out the motherfucking window with the change. My big brother Maurice taught a nigga, you know how you get on the edge of them concrete ceilings? It was a roof. You jump off the window. You jump out the window onto the roof. The roof is concrete. You get to the edge of this little concrete slab, and you hang there for a second. Because you don't want to let go while you're swinging. Because your feet might go off from under you if you're swinging. I just hung there. I stopped swinging. I let go, landed on the porch, darted to the crib. You dangle down is what somebody said. Went home, told my big sister, Cassandra. In the projects, they used to call her Horsehead. I don't know why they called her Horsehead, because she was the prettiest girl in the projects. She was like Thelma from Good Times. Beautiful woman. My sister was like, what? Trish Ann did what? Pew. You understand? So I'm the last nigga you want to call a simp. And I'm not proud of it. You got niggas out here who light-skinned and green-eyed, ugly than a motherfucker, just because they ugly. But they think they got some kind of privilege because they light-skinned and green. Nigga, you a light-skinned, green-eyed, ugly nigga. You just light-skinned, nigga. But you still, but I got green eyes. Nigga, no. You look crazy as hell. Some niggas look crazy as hell. I just so happen to be attractive according to Western standards, my nigga. So simping, I don't have to perform for pussy. Pussy has been on deck since the beginning, my nigga. You mannish, you little cat-eyed boy. Yeah, okay. I've been hearing that, nigga, since I could remember. So see, that's what I'm saying. Don't come in here with the fuck shit. This ain't for you. Somebody said, come on, Zo, we skin folks. Germ down, thank you, man. I'm just saying, man. And at the same time, I'm appreciative of my brothers. I got a brother who don't look shit like me. But growing up, I saw women falling all over this nigga. My big brother Maurice. That motherfucker at 16 years old was everybody's daddy and big brother. Because all our daddies had shook the spot. So that nigga had to be daddy and big brother. The motherfucker never lifted a weight in his life. He went to school at Howard High with the legendary Reggie White in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The nigga was 16 years old, never lifted a weight, was muscular. Nigga looked like a man. He was a boxer. The motherfucker taught me how to hoop. The nigga looked like Karl Malone. And I saw women going nuts over that nigga. So I don't have no colorism bias, but I know my people do. So the simp shit, I ain't never had to perform for no pussy. Nope. I've had people in high school say they were afraid to talk to me because they didn't think they had a chance. Did you have that? So don't come in here with the simp shit, nigga. It's not what we're doing. That's another sickness this motherfucking society has to overcome. Oh, so you ugly because you dark? Wrong. I got dark-skinned brothers, nigga, that women have all been like, these niggas right here, this is a beautiful family, nigga. My niece, first off, y'all done seen pictures of my mother and my grandmother. They high yellow, light bright. My niece, my firstborn niece, came out milk chocolate. My brother just sent me a picture of her as a baby. Beautiful. Both the women that I had children with, chocolate, beautiful. I ain't never had no issue with colorism. You hurt niggas and broke niggas. Yes, there's some women out there who don't care about what's in your wallet, so long as you raise the vibration of their experience when they're around you. There are some women out there who appreciate that. But because you still an adult child and you mad because your simping tactics, your simp gas tank is always on a quarter. Your simp gas tank is on a quarter, nigga? You can only afford so much attention, my nigga. Come on. We got to stop this. Right, nigga, let me get $7.50 on pump 8. This shit gonna get me back and forth to work all week, my nigga. I ain't never had to do that. We got to stop all that, man. We got to stop all that, man. Anyway, I'm coming to the end of the show. Let me just say, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for jumping in here. You know, I appreciate y'all for supporting. I appreciate those who were able to super chat, who super chatted. I appreciate that. I thank you very much. For those who were able to Cash App, I appreciate that as well. But my biggest push, it's 300 people in here. I know all 300 of y'all didn't get my book. My biggest push is my book and the Patreon. I need everybody to get the shroudedlighthouse.com, right? Go there right now. Go to theshroudedlighthouse.com and pre-order. I know the site is slow, but it works. Just give it 40 seconds. If it doesn't load in 40 seconds, hit the reload and reload it. But please, can we get those last 20 copies sold tonight? Can we do it tonight? TheShroudedLighthouse.com. Go there right now. Also, the Patreon. Join my Patreon. Listen, the Patreon is really simple. Pledge $5, pledge $7, pledge $10. But join the Patreon because all of this content is going over there. All right? Neighborhood Heckler, your book is coming. Your book is coming. Late June, early July, your book is coming. But yes, everybody should pre-order their copy and everybody should sign up to the Patreon. I thank everybody for tuning in. I got love for y'all. Nothing but love and appreciation. Everybody who sent those super chats, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm Zoe Williams. This has been Zolo Mansions. We out. Oh, E-Keezy. Hey, man, y'all got to holler at E-Core, man. Everybody in here, please send E-Core some change, man. He stood in for Sarah, did an amazing job, kept the flow rocking. Many of y'all thought it was Sarah because I didn't mention. But please, man, y'all, everybody send E-Core $2. That'll be $600 for E-Core. I would love for E-Core to call me and be like, yo, everybody hit me off. E-Core is a solid dude from the Midwest. You Michigan, right? Come on, man. Detroit, Michigan in the building. All my Midwesterners, all my Detroit fam, y'all show E-Core some love. $ E-Core. Support, 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 support. Couldn't have did this show without him. I thank you all, and we out. Deuces.